In the old days, they used to steam planks, and indeed we used to steam planks, by putting the wood into a steam box, and then we would transfer the wood when up to temperature and pliable enough. We would transfer the wood to the job, clamp it into place. What we're using what is colloquially termed the ball in the bag method, which basically means bagging the plank up, putting the plank onto the job and steaming it in place. And that has the advantage that while we start bending it into position, it's still steaming and therefore it's still retaining its temperature, and it just makes the whole process so much easier.
And that boil in the bag method, who thought of that? Because it's rather ingenious.
I can't claim to be the person who first used that method. I don't indeed know exactly who used it. I know that it was used on the Pioneer project in Essex. Yeah. They may have not been the first people to do it. I don't know.
So you steam that for about an hour and a half.
The usual method is to, depending on the thickness of the timber, is you steam, once steam's up, you steam for an hour per inch of timber thickness. So 1.25 inches thick, about an hour and a quarter-ish, 3 inches thick, 3 hours. Because the garboard, one of the bottom plank, has got the most twist of all, because that's flat at the bottom and sort of almost 90 degrees up, and the same with the one half. Yeah. So they take a lot more twisting in than here.
Once heated to boiling point, the hot tar is ready to be applied to the prepared felt.
Tar goes onto the felt and it softens the felt, and then we put a layer of our barge building mastic made from the horse dung and coal tar onto that as well, and then that is enough for it to bend onto, and it just helps to take out any little discrepancies, and it just makes it watertight. What do you think? We've put we're on the second drum, so we've put probably nearly 60 gallons of tar on the bottom of the barge. You know?
The restoration team had gone home for the weekend, and only the migrating plovers and other wildlife were left on the Ore marshes to keep the place alive. The Kent Wildlife Trust run one of their most popular nature reserves here, down at Hearty Ferry, and you're sure to see something of interest every time. Gale force winds were forecast, and some of the worst floods for 50 years were seen in Kent.